So we will begin as usual with my favorite comments from the week. And let me pull those up. I was just live a couple days ago, so obviously we don't have a ton at this point, but there's a few. First of all, I want to say that I'm very excited because you might have seen my short, but we did reach 10,000 subscribers a few days ago, so that's very exciting. And let's see. So the first comment I want to talk about today was from a person who left a comment on the short that I made recently about the aftercare that I did. So I did a session a couple days ago, and it was some pretty intense humiliation, so I offered the sub some aftercare, and this person left a comment and they said, "Chat GPT used in this way is sick." And although I did block this person after that comment, I did not use Chat GPT for my aftercare session. It was like a couple sentences. So that was a weird assumption to make, because usually if you're going to be using Chat GPT, it's like a long paragraph or page. So I'm not quite sure why he thought that was Chat GPT, but apparently he did. So that was rude and he was blocked, but I just thought that was a very strange comment. Very strange thing to say. Why would I use Chat GPT for asking somebody about aftercare? Moving along, then we have, oh yes, we have this comment on my male virgin video by Hello to David Edwood, I believe. He says, "In a few months, I'll reach that rare milestone of the 40-year-old virgin, a possibility I dreaded with existential dread in my youth, a date I now await with great excitement, a distinction so few get to claim, and porn and erotica is something I've always enjoyed watching and reading from a distance anyway. I'll always be an aficionado of porn and erotica, whether I ever lose it or not, and regardless of any silly number, great video." So he liked my virgin video. But yeah, I mean, you know, something that he felt very embarrassed by early in life, and now he has accepted it and kind of looks forward to being the 40-year-old virgin. So yes, and not many people can say that, except for the subscribers on my channel. There's quite a few subscribers on my channel that can say that they are probably going to be 40-year-old virgins. So lots of people that can relate to that. And then we have someone left a comment on one of my previous live streams, and they said, "Can you please tell how female pet or any other pets can worship you, like any rituals or mantra? Please command, we really want that to devote fully under your divine soul." So once again, I've said this many times before, and I'll say it again, I do not give tasks or mantras or interaction to anyone for free. I'm a financial dominatrix. It's not about you, it's about me. And if you are not serving me, it is very disrespectful to try to interact on this level and get me to give you free tasks and stuff like that. I'm not going to do it. The answer is no. On the other hand, this person commented on one of my shorts, and he says, Mr. Jack, he says, "How to approach Queen." This is an appropriate thing to ask. If you don't know how to approach, you're not sure what to do, you can ask. I like it when I would rather have somebody ask than to assume or expect free interaction. That's never okay. And to answer that question, the proper way to approach is to message me on any of my platforms. If you message me on an adult platform, then you do not have to do additional age verification. Otherwise, I will also ask you to do age verification. Always. And I will give you instructions for how to do that. This is a comment by Mr. Luke on one of my videos. And he says, I think I was probably talking about in my last live stream how to serve me if you have no money, and that involves engaging with my posts and reposting my content, that type of thing. But I very clearly said that you should never expect interaction for free. There should always be tribute sent to get any kind of interaction. The minimal tribute for interaction is $50. We're going to talk about that a little bit more. This person says, personally, I don't even talk to DOMs unless I'm in a position to send financial compensation for their time. And I said, I wish more subs were like this. And he said, yes, I agree, though I have not been in a position to tribute since Christmas 2024. But good for him, because you really should not be reaching out to any financial dominatrix if you don't have money, because that is rude, disrespectful, and kind of defeats the whole purpose. And it's it's an easy way to get blocked. Minimum, you will be remembered in their mind negatively, so that's something to consider. If I were a financial submissive, I agree with this guy. I would wait until I had money before I tried to approach, and you pay at least the initial tribute. I always recommend sending more than the initial tribute if you want to make a good impression, but it does not make a good impression if you try to message someone without sending tribute. So let me check the chat real quick. Hello to David. Hello to Matthew. And here we go with rude comments. Once again, if you make a rude comment, you will be banned from the channel. No, and obviously you have to be 18 to serve me. If you mention that you were under 18, you will also be banned from the channel. So we got a lot of people getting banned right off the bat. Cool. Okay, so, yeah, so, you know, you should not be trying to approach if you are not 18 and if you do not have any money. It's financial domination. It's financial domination, okay? It's not broke-ass domination. Okay, and then we have, let's see, Mr. Davis commented on my recent J video, and he asked to be put into a contract. I don't know if he's messaged me or not, but I am happy to put somebody in contract. And then somebody else commented, I didn't save the whole comment, I think I removed it, on one of my debt contract roleplay videos, and they were very offended because in the video I said it doesn't matter if you're short on rent, and I guess they failed to realize that that was a roleplay video. There is a difference between fantasy and real life, in case you didn't know this. There is a difference. And when I'm doing my roleplay videos, that's fantasy. That's not real life, okay? So this person thought I was legitimately telling people if they were short on rent that they need to send to me. I would never say that to somebody. It was a fantasy video, so don't get your panties in a wad. Okay. So then this is an email I got from someone who was interested in a debt contract. I'm going to take a break for a second and I'm going to talk about something and then we'll come back to this email. So, again, if you're saying rude comments in the chat, you're going to be banned. No, I was born a female and that's a ridiculous thing to assume. I don't know where these people come from where they're saying stuff like that. And Rich, I don't know if you're legitimately asking or if you're being rude, but I have zero tolerance for bullying in my chat, just so you know. Okay, so what was I gonna say? This is something I want to chat about a little bit because it's something that gets confused very often. So we're going to talk about what it means exactly to be a financial submissive. I've talked many times about the difference between being an actual submissive to a dominant versus being someone who has submissive kinks, because there's a big difference between actually serving someone and wanting to please them and wanting to serve them versus wanting to serve your own needs. Okay, that would be someone who has submissive kinks, but they have kinks and they're just looking for someone, anyone, to satisfy their kinks. That's not what true service is. And when it comes to financial submission, a true financial submissive enjoys the act of sending. So when you're coming at me and you're trying to negotiate amounts of money or complaining that things are too much money, you are not a financial submissive, and I'm not really interested in you, okay? I have someone who I don't even know if he would really consider himself to be a financial submissive necessarily. I think you would consider him, but he is a true submissive. Um I'm just going to call him Jay, and I asked Jay to pay for my Airbnb when I was out of town for my birthday, and he was more than happy to do that. All his comments and emails and messages have been about serving me and pleasing me and making my life easier. That is a true financial submissive. Someone who is interested in my life and funding my life and pleasing me. That is what I'm looking for. I have said many times before, I'm not opposed to working with fetishists or kinksters who are very respectful and willing to, send the amounts of money that I'm requesting. But anybody who starts to bargain with me or try to negotiate payments on things, I will more than likely block you. I have no patience for that, and that's not why I'm here. If that is what you're looking for, then I suggest that you go try to find a lifestyle dom or a very cheap professional dom, because that is not me. Financial domination is a luxury kink, and if you do not have the money for it, then you should not be approaching doms. Okay? Bottom line. You are always more than welcome to send less than tribute if you don't have money, but you should never expect interaction for less than the bare minimum tribute. Okay, that is disrespectful and rude. Okay. Anybody that's mentioning me being trans in the chat is going to be banned. I've already said that I am not trans. I don't know why. Is that supposed to be funny or something? It's really not funny. It's just annoying. So you will be banned if you're making comments like that. Okay, so then I want to get to this email that I received, and he said that he was tempted to sign a contract with me. I guess he had listened to my live stream and heard $100 a week. And I'll say this again, that is my absolute bare minimum for a debt contract. $100 a week gets you like one or two very brief interactions, okay? It's not like daily interaction or anything. My daily interaction amount, if you're wanting daily interaction and tasks and videos and pictures, is much higher than that, okay? $100 a week is like, we message back and forth like 2 or 3 times, once or twice a week. That's it. It's like the bare minimum. ABC is on his knees. You all should be on your knees. There's a bug in here. Hello to Peter. He says you are very beautiful. Thank you for that. Fuck this bug. I don't know where it went. You're supposed to be on top of it, doggy. You're supposed to catch the bugs. He's useless. It's still flying around. Don't look at me like that. It was a bug. Okay, so, and then he's also saying, I wish I knew what I was signing up for and how much control I'd be giving up each day. So again, he thinks it's going to be, I don't know how much interaction every day. $400? No, I don't think so. That's ridiculous. How much for daily interaction? I'm not going to put that on here because I don't want people copying my prices, but you are welcome to message me on any of my platforms. I will also emphasize once again that initial tribute does not pay for a session. It does not pay for a drain. An initial tribute, and mine is $50, allows you access to speak with me. And then you can ask the questions that you have within reason, but it's not like an endless interaction for $50, okay? Let's get real here. That's ridiculous. Most of my subs spend hundreds of dollars minimum. And I haven't, I'm still relatively new to this, so I haven't really had whale subs yet, but I do prefer subs to be sending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. If you're expecting endless interaction for $50, then you are going to be sorely disappointed, okay? And look, I'm not trying to twist anybody's arm. If you don't want to reach out to me, you don't want to spend the money, that's fine. I really don't care, okay? But if you are trying to serve me, then you need to serve me properly, okay? I'm just laying it out for you. And once again, if you're saying rude things in the chat, you just get banned. Bye. Lax says, if I spend a budget of $500 per month, can I engage? Yes, you may. We can talk about it. It won't be daily interaction for $500 a month. I can tell you that. But you can message me and we can talk about it. If you're messaging me, once again, if you're messaging me to ask questions, you still have to send tribute. I am not going to be answering any of your freaking questions without having sent tribute, because people will sit there and waste my time, send me a bunch of freaking messages, and just be trying to get free interaction. So I hope you understand that if you want to interact, minimum $50 tribute to even have a conversation. And then during that conversation, you can ask questions about debt contracts. You can ask whatever the other questions you have. Because this is not the only one. I've had several people this week asking about debt contracts and they don't want to even send tribute. And then I had somebody else complaining that because obviously the payment platforms charge money for their services. So whatever my tribute is, there's probably a little extra on top of that. I think one platform was charging $8 or something, and he said he was only going to charge 50 total. And I told him to get lost. If you're going to sit there and argue with me about $8, then I am not the dom for you, okay? Then you need to go find somebody else. And that's it. I'm not selling anything. These are questions that people have, and I'm answering people's questions and trying to clarify some confusion. If you are leaving rude comments in my chat, you will be banned. Nobody is trying to convince you of anything. I'm trying to explain to my followers. If you're not one of my followers, then get out of my chat. Okay? Yes. All right, so moving along. Comments. I also want to mention that we have a new member, John. He is now a devoted slave member. And once again, if you're a devoted slave member, you get access to all my videos, as well as getting access to videos that come out early. So I just posted a video this morning. Devoted slaves have access to it, and then the rest of members will have access to it tomorrow. That video is going to be members only, just so you know. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about, let me go through the comments here and just ban a few other rude people in the chat. Hello to Corey. Welcome. Okay. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to push that button. I'm just removing some people that are saying rude things. Don't mind me. Eric says, I'm already nervous. You should be. Laxman says he's understanding. I appreciate that. Kirk is being very needy in the chat. I do not like needy people, and if you keep being needy, then you will be banned. Experimental, nothing I'm doing is illegal. And if you're leaving rude comments in the chat, you will also be banned. Okay, so let's move along. So this is from well, actually, so if you saw my short the other day with the aftercare session, the sub that I did that session with, obviously you saw that he was very pleased with the session, but he messaged me again today and he's very interested in doing race play. And he says, I really want to explore race humiliation. I know it's a sensitive topic, but of course it's only within roleplay. I'm curious to explore humiliation submission based on race play and potentially religion as an Arab Muslim. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I have boundaries, and this is one of my boundaries. I do not do race play, and I do not do any kind of role play around religion, because I am actually a very spiritual person. I respect God a lot, and I'm not comfortable even in role play doing humiliation along religion. So If you are someone who is interested in those things, then once again, I am not the person for you. I don't mind doing humiliation, obviously, and certain things within reason. You are always welcome to ask. There's nothing wrong with asking after you've paid tribute, of course. But I draw the line at race play and humiliation along the lines of religion. So just, those, I'm very accepting of all races and religions, and I just can't bring myself to, I feel that it's very blasphemous to include religion in BDSM. That's just my opinion. Let me check the chat. Steve says, my boundaries are entirely reasonable. Thank you for that. Experimental says he'll behave. Thank you for that. I don't know if you're a he or she. Oh, Gabe says you're pretty. Thank you for that. Baba Yaga? That is quite a mouthful, my friend. Says, what would you say is the hardest thing you can do pole dancing? Is it tough on your abs? Pole dancing takes a lot of upper body strength and core strength. Both. It is very hard. And it's very painful. I don't know if you've seen the workouts that I've been posting on my fitness channel, but... And the thing that sucks about pole dancing... Look at my dog right now. I don't know if you can see him. He knows he doesn't like it when I film him. He doesn't like to be on camera. What was I gonna say? Oh, pole dancing, if you're brand new to it, is very painful on your skin. And it takes a while to condition your skin to be able to do it. And if you're brand new to it, you get bruises. It is definitely very difficult. People make it look easy. It is not easy. Baba says, I am new here. Welcome. Gabe, you're annoying with all the highs. Limit your comments or you will be banned. David is saying, how many married clients do you have? I recently had one sub who told me he was married. They have an open relationship. He's aware, or she's aware, that he goes to, that he interacts with DOMs. And he was actually saying that he was interested in having me dominate both of them, which I was open to, but you've probably heard me talk about this before. I think I mentioned him in the update. He was doing way too much fantasy dumping right off the bat, and I told him to reel it in, and then he decided we were not a good fit, and that is perfectly fine with me. I don't ask if my subs are married, same as when I worked in clubs. I don't ask if people are married if they bring it up to me. I always encourage people to do the right thing, to speak to their partner. I think that you should be open with your partner about your activities, whether it's going to a club or engaging in BDSM, or seeing a pro dom. I always encourage people to be honest with their significant other. I never support... Okay, Gabe, you're being banned because you just keep leaving the same comment over and over and it's annoying. I never promote cheating of any kind or hiding things from your significant other. I wouldn't want to be treated like that, so I try to treat other people how I would want to be treated. So hopefully that answers your question. Any other questions in the chat? And, that's, I would say, not common for most DOMs to be like that, because home wrecking is a whole kink within financial domination. There are lots, I would say most DOMs do some home wrecking where they brag about ending 20-year marriages and trying to get subs to message them while they're laying next to their wife or send their wife's money. I don't do anything like that. It's not my thing. I am a big supporter of all women, and again, it's just not something I'm willing to role play to put other women down or to hurt other women in any way. Lax is saying, Goddess, do I reach out on X or which platform? You can reach out on X, that's fine. Any of my, I have links on my profile here, and you can go on any of those platforms and message me. I check all of them. I can't say them here. I probably shouldn't have said that one. But You go to my links and you can message me on any of my platforms. Baba Yaga, I kind of like saying that name, honestly. Says, you are a very well-spoken young lady, except I'm not that young. But thank you for that. Yes, I read a lot of books when I was growing up, and I was in all the smart classes when I was in high school. I had like 12 college credits by the time I graduated high school, fun fact. I had AP English twice, I slept through most of it, and I still got A's. My dad is a writer. I like to write a little bit, so that's probably where that comes from. Not that you asked, but I went into a long explanation anyways. Didn't I? Okay, let's see what else is coming up. My arm is falling asleep. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that a little bit more, actually. And then I will also mention in the last live stream, the new video with Jay that was posted this morning is the very short YouTube-friendly version. I cannot post the whole video on here because of the terms and conditions. So that will be posted on clip sites, which are not on my profile just yet. So those will be added shortly. But the full version is 11 minutes long. And I also had to get Jay uploaded to those sites. So it's a process. But that will be uploaded soon. So you just get the very short version, unfortunately. I would post the long version if I could, but they wouldn't like it. I can tell you that. Why are you twitching? Okay, any other questions for me in the chat here? What else do you have for me? I think I got rid of all the rude people finally. There were a lot today. I must be going out to the general public today versus most times I just get our normal crew of followers. Who else we got in the chat? All right, tell me where you guys are from. Let's start with that. Where are we tuning in from? We had a new subscriber from Ireland the other day. Yes, Steve, thank you for reminding me. Steve says he looks forward to the 11-minute J video and the new doctor video. I think I already mentioned this. Doctor video is already posted for Devoted Slaves if you have that membership, and then it will be available for the rest of the members tomorrow morning. That video will be a members only video though, so you have to have a membership to see it. Oh, thank you. Baba Yaga says it is from John Wick, which means boogeyman. I don't know if you've seen that movie. There's a few. I think I might have seen that a long time ago. It's kind of an old movie, right? I don't remember that particular character from there. Nero says you are relaxed again. Are you meaning that I'm relaxed in the bed, or I'm relaxed after banning all the really annoying people out of my room? Foreign Kate says I sent you $100. Where? Where did you send it? Oh. Matthew's from Michigan. And Elizabeth says, I'm not cute anymore. I'm sure you're cute. Give me a break. Hello to Tana and Chris from Virginia. And Baba Yaga is in El Paso, Texas. I think I drove through there when I moved from California to Austin. We've got Farid from, I never know how to say that. Is it Qatar or Qatar? Somebody help me. A or B? Qatar, A, or Qatar, B? How do you say it? A or B? And then we've got somebody from Egypt. Matthew says that's awesome that your dad's a writer. We've got somebody from Houston. B, Qatar. Thank you. No, Kamal says A. See? Now I'm all confused. We got Montreal in the house. James says, hello, how are you doing? Hello. Farid says, isn't Farid the one from there? Because I'm going to go with what he says. If he's from there. Let me see. I'm trying to see if he was the person that says. Yes, Farid says Qatar, so that's what I'm gonna go with. Seems right. And my dog is looking at me like he wants to be pet, but he's kind of a gremlin, and he gets very cranky at night, so I get very nervous when he's laying next to me, because if I touch him, he could attack, and he's very vicious. So sometimes he acts like he wants to be pet, but it's like he's like luring me in, you know, and I never know if I'm gonna get bit. Chihuahuas are crazy, you know, they're really crazy. Nero says they have oil there. That sounds about right. Yes. That's where, well, I won't go there. I won't go there. Let's move on. Jameson says, what do you like doing? Interesting question. I like telling men what to do. I like working out. I like, getting paid for nothing. I like all that. Let's see. Baba Yaga says, I really like Hop Dotties. They have awesome burgers. My favorite is the El Diablo burger. It sounds very spicy. Is El Diablo burger very spicy? I've never heard of that. I'm guessing it's like a fast food burger restaurant. Martin is being a weirdo, and if you're saying inappropriate things in my room, you will get banned from my channel. With this swiftness, it happens very quickly. Jameson says, how much should a pay pig pay you? Depends on the person and what they can afford, honestly. Farid says, we are 22 Arab countries. Yes, we have oil and everything. Yes. I want to say it's like a pretty wealthy area, no? I don't know much about it, to be honest. Clockett says, can you say hi, Maddie and Aria, please? There you go. Oh. Baba Yaga says it's in Round Rock. I was only in Austin for a year, and I don't really eat fast food. So, you know, I don't know. I eat burgers like maybe once or twice a year. Same thing with pizza. Nero says, I don't like him either. You are probably the only person in Florida that doesn't. Who's him? Who are you talking about? Jameson says $1,000. What? You're going to send me $1,000? Go ahead. Matthew, have you ever wanted to date a client? So I'm relatively new to financial domination. In a few weeks, it'll be a year. Can't say that I've had a burning urge to date a submissive. I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to it. Depends on the person, I guess. But I think for me, I wouldn't be able to date somebody who is solely submissive, who needs somebody to constantly control them all the time, because that would be exhausting, to be honest with you. Okay. I love banning your stupid messages in the chat. Baba Yaga, nice chatting with you. Nice chatting with you as well. Hello to Ben. Ben is in the house. Welcome back, my friend. What's new? We got a lot of people from all over today. So let's see. Do I have any upcoming content for you? I filmed a video, a foot video. But I really don't like the shoes I was wearing when I filmed it. I just got them and I don't really like them. So I don't know if I'm gonna post it. Do you still want to see it, or you don't care? I'm just curious. Because the foot videos are usually quite popular. Let me know in the chat if you want to see the ugly shoe video. Lead Trock says, "We are you, let's link." I don't know what that means. Nero says, I'm not dominant or submissive, I just chill. I love that. I think everybody has some different dominant and submissive tendencies. Maybe you're just not aware of what they are. And you can also be what's called a switch, meaning that you have dominant and submissive tendencies. Ben's doing well. Glad to hear that. Dog Matista something. Slaves must be programmable. Do we reveal our area? I'm not sure what that means. Faith loves my necklace. Thank you for that. I have one sub. Not that I'm gonna listen and do what a sub tells me to do ever, but I have one sub that if I do a video not wearing the key necklace, he has a freaking heart attack. Nero says, I just chill and listen to metal music. Sounds about right. Jameson says, thank you, goddess, for letting me talk to you. What a respectful and nice thing to say. You're welcome. See, more people should be like that and not so annoying. I don't know how old some of these people are that come in my chat with all the weird, rude comments. The other thing I want to talk about today, I was debating whether or not to mention this, but I guess I will. So, you may recall that I posted in the post section a couple weeks ago my Amazon wish list because I have a policewoman uniform on there and I want to do a video, a roleplay video in that outfit. And I just said if anybody, wants to get it, wants to see the video, here it is. So there's a couple different scams that people can do with Amazon wish lists. Number one is people can purchase items and then cancel the order before it's delivered. So a sub could say, I'm buying you this. Let's do a session in exchange for this gift I'm sending you. And then they can buy the gift, do the session with you, and then cancel the gift before it gets there. I knew about that one, so I would never count on a gift until it was actually delivered, because I'm well aware of that. The one I wasn't aware of, and this really makes me mad. So I had several items, high-priced items, on my Amazon wish list, and they were reading as purchased for about 2 or 3 weeks, but I hadn't received them. So I finally called Amazon. Turns out that people can reserve items off your wish list, which removes them from the wish list and makes it look like they're purchased, but you never actually get the item. It just removes it from your wish list. So yeah, somebody did that with several items on my wish list. I have an idea who it is. I'm not going to say who I think it is, but I think I know who it is. But a very pathetic, low-life thing to do. For real. Very, like, to take the time to do that is just really ridiculous. But if there's any other doms watching this, just be aware of that and watch out for people pulling that crap. That was very rude. Oh, Faith wants to know what's on the notepad. On my notepad, you're not going to be able to read it because I can hardly read my own handwriting. Fun fact, I have my workout that I did today. And then I have my notes for what I was going to talk about today, which is basically chicken scratch that nobody can read. Yes. That's what's on my notepad. And I did just get my nails done a couple days ago. My sub that I was talking about earlier, my good sub, I told him I got my nails done. I sent him a picture and I told him to pay for it, and he did. Because he is a good financial submissive. And pleasing me makes him happy, which is how all subs should be. Nero's over there talking about metal bands. Jameson is asking if he can pay me $1,000. Yes, you have permission to send $1,000. I don't think you're actually going to do it. I think you're just wanting attention, to be honest with you, because you've never sent me tribute or anything. But maybe you'll prove me wrong. Farid says, we have to pay just to talk with you is a great honor for us. Well, and a true financial submissive will be grateful for the opportunity to send. They will thank me for sending me money. Nero says, I had a good sub today. It was a sausage sub. I prefer meatball. Actually, Italian subs are the best. I love Italian subs. Michael says, Fiore is flour in Italian. That's right. That's why I chose the name. You're exactly right. Jameson says, what is your favorite pair of shoes? I don't really think I have a favorite pair that I have right now. I have a bunch of Louis Vuittons on my wish list. I don't know if I should have said that. That I would like. I don't know if that answers your question. Paul Beck sends me a bunch of hearts. Nero was thinking about meatball but went with sausage. Go with meatball next time. My dog is twitching up a storm here. Any other questions in the chat for me today? My main point, Ben says, I thought your real name was Fiore. It is. What was I gonna say? The main point I wanted to make this evening was that if you are truly wanting to serve me, I am not just in it for the money. I do like to dominate and control. With that being said, I am still a financial dominatrix. There should always be an expectation of sending, and I really truly am only interested in subs who are interested in making my life better and pleasing me. Like I said, I'm open to working with some fetishists and kinksters if they have neat kinks that I'm interested in, but I have no patience for people who, one, argue with me about tributes, complain about platforms that charge a small percentage in addition to the tribute, because that's to be expected, or three, only care about their needs and wants. If you are someone who is just coming to me to use me for your needs, then do not approach me. Do not approach me. Because I get so many people just dumping their crap on me, and I'm over it. I'm over it. All right, let me see what else you gotta say. What is 3 things you would say to a sub? I'm not sure what you mean by that. It kind of sounds like you're wanting me to kink play for free, which I do not. Any kind of humiliation that I would say to a sub and that kind of thing is going to be a private interaction. There's Timmy in the house. Says, my beautiful goddess. Timmy hopes you are not mad with me. Please, my beautiful goddess. No, I'm not mad with you. You're fine. I have nothing but love for Timmy. He's always interacting with my posts and supporting me, although he's too broke to actually serve. Yes, Fareed says, there was a dominatrix who used to ask me questions about herself, like her birthday, and I had to guess the correct answer. For every wrong answer, I had to pay her $10. Yeah, I play a lot of games like that when I live stream on adult platforms. I do like to play games like that, for sure. Any other questions for me? Probably gonna call it a little early tonight. As you can see, I think it's past my doggy's bedtime. Let's see. Look at him. He hates being videotaped or having his picture taken, by the way. He gets really mad. Like if I don't have the phone on mute and he can hear like the camera coming on, he gets pissed. Don't you? You okay? What else we got here? Jameson, ooh, that breath stinks. Jameson says, thank you, goddess, for giving me the opportunity to even look at you. You're so lucky. Nero says, go rest. I will. Okay, so next live stream might be on Sunday. Hey, babe. After the gym. If not, then next Thursday for sure. Let's see. We have doctor video being posted tomorrow, and then I do need to film some new content. I'm a little behind with filming content, but I do have a new workout video coming out on my fitness channel, working on some more political content, so all of that is taking my time. Thank you guys for joining me. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see